Hello friends, welcome back to the next tutorial in the series of XHTML and CSS. In this video we are going to learn how to resize the images. In our last video we have learned about the images, how to place an image in our website or web page. So how to make our page look nice by images. So I had my folder on my desktop, that is link folder. So in this link folder I have image which I want to show in my web page. I have the web pages which I have included. So I'm right clicking on the index web page and I'm clicking on edit with notepad plus plus, so that it will open with notepad plus plus. This is what I have in my web page. When I click on web page, when I save it, or when I double click on my web page, it will open with Google Chrome as it is default browser on my web on my desktop. So when I click on it, it will go to Google page because I have linked my image to the Google page. That's what we have seen in our last video. Now there we have some problems because whatever the image we have taken, that is it's showing as it is what the image is. For example, see, this is the size of the image which I have selected from the google.com and I've just added to my web page. So it is showing exactly the pixels, how much it is. It is showing the exact picture of it. See, when I go to the image and when I click on it, or when you will see that it's a 102 by 102, that is 102 width and 102 height. So this is the type of the image, this is the size of the image, 102 pixels width and 102 pixels height. So whatever the image I have taken, that is showing on exactly on my web page. Now I have taken a big image from google.com and I'm just placing I have renamed that image as example. So I'm just placing that image in the same folder so that my web page will pick up that image very easily. See, I have placed it on the same folder. Now I want to show this on my web page. See, so how would it show? So what we need, actually it's a JPEG image and it is a example.com. so here I'm just placing the name as example. See, for only JPEG images only we have to place it as JPG, that browser will understand. But all other images, like if it is a PNG, just place PNG. If it is a GIF, place GIF. So no need to change any format, only JPEG you have to change as JPG, that's it. So that is a browser understandable language for JPEG. I don't know why it happens to JPEG only, but coming to other formats of images, you just place whatever the format you have on your properties of that image, just place that property only, I mean that format only. Don't keep another and don't change anything. Only for JPEG, just remove the E, so JPG, that is a browser understandable language. I don't know why they did this. Anyway, so now I have placed with example.jpg, right? I'm just removing the link for the time being because we don't need link. Okay, now save it and go to folder or go to index.image, just refresh it. What the heck is it? See how big my image is and it is showing the whole web page as it is. So if I want to show this image as the image which I have shown before, the size is 102 by 102. Here the size is so much, it's big. See, we'll see what the size is. Go to image folder or link folder. So this is the image I have pressed. See, the image size is 2966 width and 1986 height. That is what it's showing in all my image. See, 296 is image width, means just scroll left to your browser. I mean, what I want to say is just click on the scroller and just move it to the left. So it is showing 2966 left and 1986 height. So this is not what I want. I want the top, the width is different and the height is different. So if I want to have that type of feature, how should I implement? So just go to here. We have some properties or attributes just like source. There is width and height. Width is equal to, I want to keep it as 102. Okay, and height is equal to, I want to keep as 102. So width we have to give semicolons. Don't forget that. Not semicolons, sorry, double quotes. Yeah. Here also I want to keep it as 102. That's it. Just save it. Now we'll see how my browser render my web page. Just refresh. See, it has changed to 102 by 102 image. This is the exactly same image which I have shown before. So if I want to show my image according to the size which I want to show, I can do that by placing width and height attributes in the image. What is a like tags. So this is a special tag, as we know, but we have certain properties for the images, like what is the source from where the image should be picked up. So that is a source. And width, how much width you want to show, how much height we want to show. So what the heck it is, anyway. Show, right? Okay, so this is what I want to show. So this is the way we resize the images as the way we want. How much width we want, how much height we want. We can adjust our image. We can resize the image in whatever the size we want. See, this is very important and should be known. Is this the way is recommended to load the image? Frankly speaking, no, because what my browser is going to do is, whenever I place like this, it will first load the bigger image, and after that it will resize that image and it will place. So it takes some time to process it. So this is the way, as if we have a number of clicks, if I have more clicks at the same time, that's what happens to the most of the websites, because many people will access your website at the same time. So if it happens like that, then on the browser side, on the client side, or on the user side, what happens is, on the user browser, it doesn't load. It load first the image, the bigger image, and after that it will resize it and it will place the image. So it takes some time. It doesn't fasten your web page. It doesn't it takes some time to load into that web page and processing. So that's what is not recommendable. The recommendable solution is, like, we want to access our web page as fast as possible. So to access the web page as soon as possible, this is not the way recommended, because it wastes our time. It takes some processing time. So this is not what I recommend. I recommend is the Photoshop. Just go to the Photoshop, just resize the image, and whatever the image you want, whatever the size you want, just resize the image to the size you want. And after that, getting the resized image, just place that resized image in the folder, and after that you can access that image in your website. So that takes it loads whatever the size you have resized. That resized image will be loaded in your website. So that improves your performance of the web page, and it loads faster. So for that, if you want to show me, I can do that, but anyway, I'll do that. So just go to Photoshop, or if you have that Photoshop software in your desktop, you can do what I do. But if you don't have, just download it. We have some 30 days free trial. So if you want to have, if you want to know this logic, you can do. Anyway, it's very easy, so I'm showing how to do that. Just go to right click on the image and just open with Photoshop. So I had Photoshop, Adobe Photoshop CS6. So anyway, it takes some time, and I want to show one more thing. Friends, yeah, see how nice is it looking, right? Adobe Photoshop CS6 extended version. Anyway, it's a free trial version. It's going to expire for some more days only. So anyway, let's see, it's showing the initializer, it's showing the loading content, everything. Yep. And I also want to show, meanwhile it opens, I want to show one more thing, my friends. See, the images I'm just accessing directly on my web page, right? On my page, I can directly access it. But if I place these images in separate folder, how should I access them? Just go to new and just create a new folder, like, and I'm just naming it as images, and I'm placing these images in these two, in this folder. So how should I access if I place that images in the images folder? So we'll do that. See, if I save it now and if I refresh it, my image doesn't going to be shown. Because why? Because it is not able to access the image which I have. Because the images are not in the same location where my index page and second page are there. It is in a separate folder by name of images. So what I have to do, if I have like that, means just go here, just in place of source, just write images and slash. So what my web browser will do now is it will first go to images folder, and after that it will search for example.jpg. So what are the images? If I add one more folder in this folder, like if I add a new folder and I will place these two images in this new folder, alright. So if I want to access this new folder, I'm just renaming it as images1. Yeah. So if I want to access the images, now we'll save it and we'll just reload this page. See, even though I'm not able to access, because why? In my images folder, another folder is there, that is images1. In that images1 we have this example.jpg. Now save it and refresh your browser, it will definitely show, because it is accessible now. It is accessible, my image is accessible now. So in order to specify where the location, you have to use the slashes. In order to move one by one, the folder by folder, you have to use slashes in between the different locations, and at last you have to reach that JPG image, and you can show your image. So this is a way, if you place your images in a folder, or if you doesn't place them in a folder, you can access directly, right? So actually this is a usual way all web designers will follow, because it's look nice. It doesn't look like throwing every image on the same folder, and it may leads to confusion. So to avoid confusions, just we'll place a folder called images and in a separate folder, and we'll just whatever the image we want, we'll just give images slash, and whatever the image we want, we'll keep that. Okay, for the time being I'm just canceling this, or just place this like this, right? Yeah. So this is the way which we want to show. Like if I want to show, I can show the images like this, right? So I'm just cutting these two back and just pasting it over here, right? So now in my images I have these two, and I'm just deleting this because I don't want to have folders, subfolders. It may lead to confusion. So what I have changed, I have created a new folder, and in that I have renamed that new folder as images, and in that images I have placed my images. That's what I did. So it it makes sense, right? So now I want to show how do we resize our image in Photoshop. It's very easy, man. It's very easy. See, I have clicked on my my image, and I have shown like open with Photoshop. So it has opened now. So after opening the Adobe Photoshop, if you want to open any image, you can go to file and open, and select the image which you want to open and just press on open. Then it will open that image in your Photoshop. But I'm not going to do that because I already did that. My image is showing like this. Now go to the image tab which is showing in your Photoshop. Just you have different options over here. So in that option just select image size. Okay, just click on it. So it will show how much width it is, how much height it is. You can see all this. Right, so if I want to change, just go to the width or go to the thing, like see here I want to select as pixels, not inches. Right, here it's showing as inches. Right, now I want to change it as to pixels. Wow, what the heck I'm going to get. Right, so this is 292 pixels, this is this pixels, and if I want to change my pixels or percent, you can change the percent as well. You can change to centimeters, you can change to centimeters. Why it's not showing pixels? I don't know. That's to show pixels. The heck. What the heck is going on, man? So this is our resolution which is showing here. For the time being I'm selecting as percent. I want to show my percentage as 20%, height and width. So just press OK. So now my image going to state it as continue trial. Right, now I'm just going to image. What is this happening? I did something. Heck. Sorry mate, I think I did something wrong. I'm just clearing it off and I'm closing this because I think I did something. Close, cancel, or close, or close it. Anyway, okay, anyway, close it. No, yeah, so I'm just opening the image on my desktop, and it is in the folder called link. Double click on it and I'm going to images and I'm selecting example, open. So it is going to open my image. Go to image and go to image size. So here it is showing this much, and don't know why it's not showing pixels, but definitely it's going to show some pixels over here. Anyway, see, it is showing like 2966 and height is 1986. Anyway, leave this document size. This is the document size. Actually, I forgot to say this. I think I was misinterpreted and I'm in confusion somewhat. So here we want to change. This is the original width and height of our image. If I want to show, if I want to say, if I want to, what do you say, like if I want to have the image according to my width and according to my height, I can do that. So I'm just changing this width as 120 now, and it shows like 80 because it automatically changes. If it is 80, then for 120 width, 80 pixels, if we have 80 pixels of height, then it shows a good resolution. Otherwise my image going to distort or it doesn't show some what do you say, like a good resolution. So you can do that by clicking on this. I can keep my own width also, no problem, but you have to uncheck before doing that in this constraint proportions and scale styles you have to uncheck. So if you doesn't uncheck, then it will show an error. So I want to have my width as 120, I want to have my height as 120, and just press OK, and my image gone resized. So now if I see this image, now it is now it is 120 by 120 image. Okay, now if I see the image size, see it's 120 pixels by 120 pixels. Now my image got 120 pixels dot 120 pixels. Just go to file and save it as something like, or save as, right, save as example. You can select whatever the format you want to have. I want to have, if you want to save it as JPG, you can do that. If you want to have PNG, you can do that. If you want to save it as BMP, you can save it as BMP. But what is the advantage if I select saving as PSD files? Because if you want to change this image, or if you want to add some extra things to this image, you can do if you save it as PSD files or PDT files or format. So if you want to change in your image in future, just save it as PSD, as well as you also want to you have to save it as PNG, because our web browser doesn't understand what is PSD format. So if for future use, you can save the image as PSD format. For your web page purpose, you can save it as JPG or JPNG or BMP or GIF, whatever it may be. So for the time being, I don't want to change any things in my image for the future. It's just for example and just for video. So I want to save this image as JPEG. So just select as JPEG and go to desktop and save there. Right? Okay. Quality is good. See, now my example dot has saved here, and it is showing that in my browser. So if I want to place this in my website, just go to link, and I'm just placing or renaming it as example1, because example image is already there, so it don't accept the same name once. So I'm just placing it on images folder. Now see, whenever I go and type images1 and save it, nothing is going to show different in my web page, because see, it is showing the same image. But before, what happened is, it has to my web browser has loaded the full sized image and it has resized. But now what happened is, it has loaded only resized image. So now my web page loads faster now than before, right? So the question is, when we have to use the before one and when we have to use this one. right? If you want to use our web page, our images for logos, for image buttons like that, then we have to go to Photoshop and we have to resize it to our format, whatever the format we want, or whatever the size we want, whatever the width we want, whatever the height we want. We can resize in Photoshop, and we'll take that resized image and we'll place in our in the folder images, and we can access that images folder and the image in that image folder in our web page. That's a good way for logos and for buttons or for some other things in our website or web page. But when we load a big image, and when we resize that, when we use that feature in our web page, we can use that feature in our web page when there is a requirement called, like, we are offering a facility to user to upload their images. So we are uploading their images and we are resizing and we are placing at a certain place in our web page. If we want to offer that type of feature, then we will go for that, right? Or in the web pages or websites or like Amazon.com or anything something. So in that, what we'll do is or for example, if you take a trading website where we are offering a feature to the user, like they can upload their sales item, the image of their sales item. So they'll upload, when they click on that, and it will select the image from their folders, and when we place that, it will going to show in at a certain location in our web page with whatever the size they have uploaded. We are resizing it and we are placing our web page to certain width and certain height. So at the time of features, like at the time we need the feature of loading a bigger image and resizing it. So that is the best way for Amazon websites or trading websites. But most frequently, or most of the times, what we do is we just go for the resized image and we'll access it directly, so that it will load, my web page will load that image very faster, and that is recommendable as well. So that most frequently we use that. So if you want to design a website with images with the size you want, just install Photoshop and just have that software. Hope you understood this video, and that's all for this video. And the next video we have some other topic. For the time being, that's all for now. If you have any doubts, please comment, so that I'll try to answer your questions, or I'll try to reply. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you like my videos, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video.